Hey guys, it's Crimson. As you can see, we are in the New Londo ruins. Today, we're going to go ahead and work our way to the seal to release the water and gain access to the Four Kings. I really like New Londo. It's one of my more liked areas of the game, but the ghosts really are annoying. And you really should deal with them, as you shouldn't leave any behind for a reason you'll see later in the video. But yeah, just don't forget transient curses or a cursed weapon. Usually, like I think I started off with 2 when I started the run, and I end up having like 6 or 7. I mean, they drop pretty frequently, so it's not a big deal. Usually 2 will be plenty, and they last plenty long enough, so it's not like you use several of them in one run. But in this building, I don't know, inside this house of some sort, there's a lot of ghosts, and I try and take them all on in one room, which is not the best way to do it by any means, because as you can see, they come in pretty thick. I mean, they're pretty weak. I think, yeah, two weak attacks take them out, but there's just so many that they just keep coming and coming. But there's a way around to where you can go and get access to all of them before coming into this room, and I just didn't go, and I end up dying right here. And so we make our way back to do it again. I'm sorry for my voice. I think I'm starting to get a cold, and I usually do these a post-com. If I do post commentary on a video, I usually do it right before bed, so I'm pretty sleepy when I do it. Well. But yeah. So the best thing to do is to go through that structure and take out all the ghosts, or to be a little more patient and let them come to you, because I think they inside that room they all aggro. So they'll eventually make their way to you. And in this room where the elevator is, pretty good idea to not just rush in to get on the elevator, because if you're like me, you forget to send it back to the top, so it's not there waiting on you, and that makes it kind of a death trap. That was the first time I've ever done the weapon switch off of a drop. It cancels out your landing animation when you do a jump, or I think it's only a jump, but when you jump and then switch your right hand weapon, you don't have a landing animation when you hit the ground, and you just kind of land on your feet running, or you hit the ground running, I guess you would say. But yeah, this time I think I do most of it two-handed. I go ahead and two-hand the Silver Knight Straight Sword, and it kind of makes it go a little smoother, in a sense that now only one attack will take them out. And I didn't go to the shortcut that I unlocked for some reason. I guess I just wasn't really thinking. They really don't do a lot of damage, but there's so many of them. Like right now there's 3, and they're all attacking you, that they don't do much damage, But because there's so many and you're getting hit so many times at once, they can break your poise, and then because of the sheer number of them, they'll break your poise and then keep getting attacks off on you, and it's just a bad deal all the way around. I'm not really sure what's at the end of that walkway. I haven't come through New Londo in a good while, and I'm really just kind of trying to bum rush it, so I'm not really anxious to get in all of the items or consumable items. You see here, this time I kind of hang out in this room and let a majority of them come to me. And if you go through that doorway there on my right, it takes you around to the back and up a flight of stairs, I believe. And there's some ghosts down that hallway that are lying in wait within the walls. So I think that's kind of where all the extras come from. Yeah, this time I kind of take it a little more slowly going through here. There's nowhere near as many up here. See, these come out of the floor, so I think they're just in the floor waiting, and if you go through that door that I pointed out, then they come out of the walls. See, I killed several ghosts just then, and still, once I get to the top, and I think yeah, see, they're still coming from the walls. Luckily, I make it to the top, and I think once you're at the top, it's a safe area, and they don't aggro through that chimney. But I don't even bother talking to him. I just get rid of him because he drops the key. There is a glitch where he sometimes will not drop the key. I think this was, I don't know, it was a while ago when it was happening more often. They may have patched it in the patch that I missed. I don't know. But where the key wouldn't show up, but if you quit and reload, that usually fixes the problem. I contemplated just dropping down without hitting the ladder, but I figured I could slide down and avoid getting hit by the ghosts. See, there's a drop right there at the top. That doorway I pointed out takes you around to that. And see, I look back from where I came from, and even still, there's those. I believe that's the same one that was following me up that ladder through the chimney. So we're gonna go ahead and open up the seal. Let out the water. Yeah. New Londo is kind of surprisingly large. I don't explore it by any means, but it is. It's got a lot of areas to it. A lot of different places and things to pick up, and I ignore all of them. I take the quickest path to the Four Kings. And since DSL is currently off the radar and not available to join us in this partial co-op playthrough, I got in touch with another guy that I've played with before, and he helps us out. I got several friends on my friends list that I play with that strictly added me for Dark Souls because they seen my characters and gamertag on the wiki a long time ago, and I still get some random co-op and PvP requests sometimes, but not all that often. But yeah, we summon Firemind. I don't really Erico Firemind. I don't know if there's a certain pronunciation. We actually chatted during the recording. Well, we didn't chat the entire time I recorded. We chatted for 5 or 10 minutes because he actually did not speak very good English. So he said. I mean, I could tell he wasn't completely familiar with the English language, but he spoke well enough for me to understand him. But he's actually from Puerto Rico, and I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, the transient curses aren't, once you let the uh, water level down, they aren't as important because there's almost walked off the edges there. There's only a couple of ghosts, two maybe. If you take the way that I go, yeah, there's only two or three ghosts that really get in your way. If you don't count these two, if you count these two, then it's 4 or 5, whatever. But yeah, mostly from this shortcut that I take that I'm sure everyone knows about. It's just the Dark Wraiths and that giant whatever, I don't know, sludge thing. This guy actually kind of glitches out on us. I think Firemind said it was just lag, but I mean I've seen him lag before, but even still, you say he does 600 damage after I get the backstab, and I'm thinking, wow. You know, I mean, I've seen the enemies lag to where they stand up after having all their health depleted. They'll stand up and just stand there for a couple of seconds, and then they'll burst, and you'll get your souls. I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. Maybe I just didn't do sufficient damage with my backstab. I don't know. 163. I don't know. It didn't tell. I'm not really sure how much health those guys actually have. Yeah, I'm not sure. 463 plus. See, I did 463 with that backstab, and then he did 675. So maybe they have 900. No, they'd have to have over 1,000 health for that. I don't know. Them having 1,000 health would really surprise me for just a new game. But yeah, you don't really want to get hit by that spit because it slows you down. It doesn't hinder your rolling speed, surprisingly, but it does hinder your movement speed. Do not forget your Covenant of Artorias ring, because I have forgotten many times. Luckily, I remembered this time. And I still wanted to fast roll, so I had to play around with my carry weight. And I don't know why I keep reverting back to the Silver Knight Straight Sword, because as you will see, this is why Hander always comes through for me in the end. I don't know what I'm waiting on. Oh, that's right. He was changing his armor. I think, yeah, he changes to Havel's, and he was making sure that he had the Covenant of Artorias ring. But yeah, the four kings really are not. I don't want to say they're not difficult because of the bosses. I find the four kings to be one of the more irritating because of the fact that they spawn in and you can get overwhelmed pretty fast. This attack here, I think it's a timed attack because it follows you. Yeah, it's a kind of like a homing soul mass, and it has unlimited range. Maybe it's a has a circumference diameter of reach, but I know if you avoid it long enough, it eventually stops homing in on you. But yeah, their attacks with that sword, they're pretty easy to dodge if you time it just right. But they have the sweep attack that can get you even if you're behind them. It can still reach you. So it's got a pretty large area of effect. But yeah, I thought it was going pretty well at first. So I thought. See, there I was pretty good ways behind him, and he still managed to make a direct hit on me. And see, we've got two on us now, and we are struggling, and Firemind is actually about to die, I believe. Yeah, that sweep attack, it reaches to directly behind him. Yeah, see, there goes Firemind. And now I have 3 and no Estus, and I really didn't feel like trying to stay alive with using Humanity because I didn't want to keep popping Humanity. So I die. Right. Somehow I survived that. That attack I feel like should have killed me, but that one does. And now we're going to make the run back down to the fog gate, and I'm going to speed that part up, and I'll meet back with you guys when we get there. And we're back. As you can see, I've switched back to my trusty's Y because it seems like I always stray away from it just to be brought back to it, to be proven once again that it is, in my case, I guess, luckiest weapon. I don't know. I don't really feel like it's the weapon I'm most skilled with because I miss an awful lot of my attacks with it. But I had trouble finding my souls, my dropped souls there. I really wanted to pick up that humanity I lost. But yeah, that is like the thrust attack they have and the overhead slash. It's not too hard to dodge. You just roll to one of the sides. But yeah, I'm doing much more tolerable damage now that I'm using the Zwei again. And I think he's using the Zwei too, actually. Yeah, he is. So the Zweihanders are just owning the four kings at this point. And I had that first attack. I don't know if any of you guys noticed. It did like 45 damage, and I think it was because I just barely clipped that king with the end of my area of effect. I'll go ahead and pop a heal. He uses his heal miracle. I'm pretty sure that you can only have 4 kings spawned at a time, and I think you can see here. Yeah, see, you can just avoid that ranged attack. But I think you can only have 4 kings spawned in at any given point. They spawn um, at timed intervals, but I think 4 on screen is the max you can have. And see here, I've seen like that glitch. I've seen that glitch happen before, and then the king just kind of appeared or spawned right after, and there was a good 45-50 second delay before the next king spawned. So we were just kind of waiting. But once he, yeah, see, he spawns, and we make pretty quick work of him. Really want to avoid that grab attack. You'll lose your humanity and quite a bit of health. I say we make quick work of him. Firemind actually deals most of the damage on this last king. I just kind of wear his blade in the face. But next we have Tomb of the Giants and the Duke's Archives, which is my 2 least favorite areas in the game. So we'll get to enjoy that. Until then, guys, this is Crimson. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe and comment. I will definitely get back to you. And I think that's going to be it for this video. Until next time, hope you guys have a good one. See you guys later.